Crash Out Davis brothers, Javonta, that's how Marcus Vickers said, Javonte Davis, Keyshawn Davis, and also Victor Conte makes clear his role with Terrence Crawford, okay? So, my bad. So yeah, but yeah, you got Thurman and Virgil, uh, Oscar Sitt was gonna start working with PBC, and even Eddie. I think Eddie was involved in working with PBC um, to basically combat or compete with Turkey a little bit more. So on October, it's supposed to be this card, you know, and this is the case if Thurman remain healthy and Virgil remain healthy. Both have a history of getting injured. That we must know. Both have that dog getting on my nerves. Both have a history of getting injured. So, um, but it is what it is. But as far as the fight, disappointed in Virgil. Virgil continues to headhunt or search for, um, you know, I don't know what he's searching for, but he had a title fight right there with Mazaliev. Everybody know it. Apparently, everybody don't want to do the 10-pound rehydration clause. That's the excuse. Like I said, 9 years as a professional, and you go fight Keith Thurman. Like, if you beat Keith Thurman, what have you done? Being the first to stop Keith Thurman, I mean, that's cool and all, but Keith Thurman is a geriatric fighter at this point. And I say that with all due respect. So, for you, it's all risk. You don't really get a reward for beating Keith Thurman. What do you get out of it? I mean, you beat Keith Thurman. You could have fought Mazaliev and really tested yourself. And, people want to say when we say Virgil, don't want to fight Mazaliev. See, the number one thing these Hispanics want to do is be like, well, Boots, we talked about Boots, but Boots touched the world title. Boots touched 2 world titles. Virgil Ortiz ain't touched 1. He like MC Hammer when it come to world titles. Can't touch it. Let's call it what it is. Virgil ain't won 1. He been pro 9 years. He ain't touched 1 title. He had 2 undergrad terms in college. He had 2 high school careers plus a year. What are we talking about? This is what he do. This is what he does. Let's see what he does. Well, he just came from that way. He want to sniff back this way. I'm tired. I just want a regular dog that go out and piss shit and come back in the house. I don't have that. But yeah, Virgil been pro. Stop. Virgil been pro 9 years. Ain't touched 1 title. Well, Boots ducked them. Hey, even if Boots fought him, it wouldn't have been for a title. Virgil been through 3 weight classes: 40, 47, 54. 54. And he still ain't touched the title. MC Hammer, Virgil Ortiz. Virgil, MC Hammer, Ortiz. He still ain't touched the title. Still ain't got 1. But then again, we had the Mexicans come out here and be like, and still defend them. Like I said, we get y'all on code. Y'all won't say nothing about y'all Roy users. Y'all won't say nothing about the Duxicans and shit. Y'all won't make videos about Francisco, whatever that dude name was, Eddie Renasso affiliate. He failed the drug test before that drug test, and ain't nobody know it. Come on. You know, talking about how Mauricio Suleiman changed the threshold and making steroids legal for y'all, and y'all still ain't even winning. Y'all still having debatables and draws and getting knocked out and losing, which is crazy to me. So, yeah, I just find it funny. I find it super duper funny. But as far as this fight, I like it though. It's a good fight. I feel like if it go past 6, it's an indictment on Virgil Ortiz. This fight shouldn't go past 6 rounds. Keith Thurman is old. Brock Jarvis almost hurt Keith Thurman. You watched that fight, and you know what you was looking at. You noticed in the beginning of that fight, Keith Thurman was holding his ground versus Brock Jarvis. That's a fact. Keith Thurman was holding his ground versus Brock Jarvis. He was holding his fucking ground. Then when Brock Jarvis clocked him one good time, Keith Thurman got on his fucking mountain bike. He got right on that fucking mountain bike again. So, Oscar De La Hoya, they the crew that don't go for titles. That's their crew. Golden Boy ducking titles. Golden Boy ducking the real ops. And that's all they doing. They ducking titles. They ducking, nope, stop. You're ducking opportunities. Think about it. Ryan Garcia never competed for a world title. They saying, hey man, you can fight Rolly right now. You can fight Rolly right now and get a title. Oh no, we don't want a title. Come on. We want T.O. A T.O. fight won't be a title fight because it'll be north of 140 pounds. Miles. They always want to go the furthest part of the park. Good boy. Yeah. So that's what I just be looking at, bro. I really be looking at how Golden Boy moves his fight. Conwell fell out for a title fight. You know, I mean, Joseph Diaz never won a title. Has he won a title? Let me just say he won't win a title again. These Mexicans won't stand up and say nothing. But then again, you know, y'all niggas sit there and unify with them when it come to Bud. Y'all unify and trash Bud, but y'all won't call out Canelo popping out. Y'all won't call out Virgil Ortiz, who don't want to fight nobody, but y'all niggas will call out Boots. One thing about me, I'm going to call it all out. Black, white, red, yellow, blue, the whole 9. I'm going to call a spade a spade. These Mexicans, they be going quiet. And a lot of them niggas, a lot of y'all black content creators go quiet too. Oh, man. I got the most pickiest dog in the world. I swear to God. Come on. Come on. Right. Come on, Miles. This is all this nigga do, sniff without a purpose. Come on. Come on. No. Sometimes I think about just giving this nigga up. I really do. I just don't have Miles. I'm not gonna come here. No, come here. And he wanna pick a shit. Just hurry up and fuck his shit, bro. Nah, come here, man. You just fucking hard-headed. Come here. Come here. Here. No. Come here. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Sit down. We need to have a talk. Sit. Sit. What are you doing, bro? What are we doing out here? Stay. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Good boy. Boy. This nigga just... He was want to pick all day to shit. Here we go again. Are we gonna shit? Are we not gonna shit? Are we gonna piss? Are we thinking about shit? No, we're not thinking of. Oh, maybe. Maybe the fuck not. Maybe it's a number 3. This nigga's irritating, dog. I always think about just tying them up to the shelter door and just leaving them there. Like these whores and their kids at the fucking fire department. I wouldn't do them like that. I wouldn't do my nigga like that. Cause he will get down on the nigga for me. He will. Miles will get him. I give him that. He hold the fort down. But yeah, man, like I said about Virgil. And his daddy be running his fucking trap like his son be on. So I don't know if this is a nigga or a bitch. Man, the way these niggas be dressing today, you don't know if it's a man. Miles, where's your keep? Miles, come on, man. He keep wanting to go over there with the Mexicans. They must got coronas. Come on, man. Come on. They must got something. They can have them, honestly. We might get a shit. Nope. Maybe. Maybe. I can't see him now. Maybe. Maybe the fuck not. He circles around the tree like 3, 4, 5 times just to take a shit. And you know I'm a black man, so I gotta pick this shit up. I can't be like Becky and Brad. Stop. Come here. Come here. Come on. I can't even see this shit down here. Where did you shit at? Come here. Oh, here we go. Yep. Here we go. My bad, y'all. Right. But yeah, what I was saying about Virgil. Yeah, his daddy be running this fucking mouth too. Like his son on some shit. Like y'all niggas. Yeah, his daddy need to just put the miss down and be the. He don't even need to be the manager, nigga. The daddy don't even need to be the manager. He be trying to train some shit like he know what he talking. His daddy don't know shit about boxing. Yeah, I said it. He always on the internet. Oh, it ain't true with that. Yeah, we know it ain't true. If it's anybody, if it's your son versus anybody that can walk and chew bubblegum and that can move his that can move his legs and feet, we know your son ain't fighting him. Let's just keep it a bean, boy. Like Golden Boy is the worst promotional company of all time, for sure. Virgil Ortiz. It's probably the daddy who don't want him to fight nobody. Remember he was campaigning to fight Ryan Garcia? Who remember that? Them motherfucking Mexicans sad, bro. Them Mexicans sad, bro. These new Mexican fighters, these niggas sad. These niggas sad, bro. They are sad. He is sad, bro. I remember he was calling out Ryan Garcia, bro. I forgot all about that. Turkey, and who knows? Mazaliev could have just caught Tim Tszyu on some fluke shit. Let's keep it real. He could have caught Tim Tszyu on some fluke shit. Tim Tszyu was coming off his head getting cracked. Remember he was supposed to fight Virgil? And they said his head wasn't healed. Remember that? And then like a couple months later, he fought Mazaliev. Who knows? Mazaliev might not even be that good. Turkey got in the boxing voice and they said, what about Virgil Ortiz and Mazaliev or something? He's like, I'm not saying no names, but it was several big fighters turned down big money to fight Mazaliev. And I'm just like what? Like Virgil? And all of a sudden now Virgil saying he got a hand injury. And I ain't saying him and Thurman is a bad fight. But honestly, what is Virgil Ortiz aim? I remember his father was talking about how he financially take care of his whole family. You know what I'm saying? But damn, you could beat Mazaliev and be world champion and get a lot of money and be one of Turkey's new favorite fighters. So I don't really understand that. You don't run nothing. Stop doing that. Come on. Now you done fucked the walk up. Now you done fucked the walk up. Don't start that fake coughing shit. Now I don't care. Now you done fucked the walk up. He done fucked the whole fucking walk up. Stop. Nope. I'm gonna be a dick the whole way home. He be trying to like go where he want to go at. Like, no, this ain't no. This the United States of James Carter. You don't go where you want to go to. And they be like, oh, Mom's such a sweet dog. No, he's a fucking asshole. He's a fucking asshole. Go. Shit crazy. He said the guy that's background shined on was 5'8". I don't really read. He said I don't really read too much into height and reach. Y'all put too much into height and reach. Height and reach ain't shit. Cause these motherfuckers don't know how to use it. You know what's so funny? A lot of y'all get mad. Y'all put so much stock in the height and reach when it comes to sports, and especially boxing. But when the bitches start talking about y'all niggas ain't tall enough, it's a problem. We see in boxing every time. Then Sergio Martinez and Paul Williams sending this motherfucking wig to the upper room. Hearns and Hagler. I mean, we can go on and on and on again. Usyk and Fury. How many times we done seen a taller fighter? You know what I'm saying? How many times we done seen the taller fighter get clipped? Height and reach don't mean. Most of these niggas don't even know how to use their height and reach. So I don't think that I don't look at it as an advantage. Now that Fondor start using his height and reach the right way, now he a problem. That's how you use your height and reach the way he using it. That height and reach and shit don't mean shit. Especially the way Mazaliev using it. He ain't just sticking behind the jab. Man, that nigga beating your ass. So anybody that's offensive, you got a chance to clip them. Yeah, if they losing like Thomas Hearns or they using like Fondor using his reach, then y'all would agree. Y'all be thinking because motherfucker tall and got long arms, that means something. That don't mean a goddamn thing if they don't know how to use it. Honestly. And same thing for Fondor. Like, he still was getting fucking clocked with all that height and reach. He still can't get his head off the line. You know, you don't see Virgil Ortiz dying to fight Sebastian Fondor neither. And don't nobody even consider him a real Mexican. I'm talking about Fondor. That's crazy to me. And my whole message is this. Keep the same energy. You Mexicans and you coon ass black folks that be on here, and y'all talking about Crawford, and y'all talked about Wilder. Why don't y'all talk about Triple G and these motherfuckers in the same vein? Canelo Alvarez. Canelo was the known drug cheat, and all of a sudden, it's Bud. It's Bud. It's Bud. Like, man, eat a dick. It ain't like Canelo made a mistake years ago. And man, dude, 6 of his teammates popped high. 6 of his teammates popped high. But all of a sudden, narrative is Bud. If you don't see that they need these content creators to push a certain narrative, if you don't see it at this point, you will never see it. They paying these content creators to push a certain narrative. And that's just the God honest truth. They pushing a certain narrative. And that's what they doing. And I feel like it's sad. But you gotta remember, a lot of these dudes ain't bonded to no journalistic integrity. They just started a platform. They just started a platform, so they don't have no integrity, dog. But it is what it is. So Victor Conte basically said that his role with Bud Camp is, nutrition. It's nutrition. It's recommendation of supplements, and for the most part, it's he get his drug test results and all that stuff, and he does supplement. Basically, he a fucking medical. He's a medical. How can I say it? He's a medical. He's basically a consultant. So, yeah, he's a consultant. That's what he do. He's a consultant. He's a nutritional dietitian consultant. So that's pretty much what he is. And people like saying like, oh, the the supplements is how he cycle off and cycle on. But wasn't nobody saying that when these guys like wasn't Benavidez working with Memo Hernandez, wasn't Pacquiao working with Alex Ariza. See, ain't nobody have a problem because those guys, all drug cheats, weren't working with black fighters. Alex Ariza pass only came into question when he started like fake working with Floyd Mayweather Jr. That's when when he started fake working with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Y'all don't remember that? But they don't say nothing about these dudes who got a pay pass. So now all of a sudden with Victor Conte, what about Memo? So, I just find it suspicious, bro. I literally find it suspicious that a lot of these dudes, they get paid. Just like they said they got paid. Who was it that said they got paid not to say nothing about Canelo Alvarez? Oscar said they paid the media not to bring up what Canelo Alvarez and Eddie Renasso team. And that's crazy. Because the powers that be think Bud got a chance. But that's life. Make Bud grind harder. But then again, on the other side, when it came to Ryan, performance enhancing drugs didn't matter. See how they continue to move the goalposts? But Victor Conte say, yo, I just consult with Bud. I give him some recommendations for supplements, and we get his drug test back, and he give him some, some advice on what foods he should be eating. Probably pineapple, sweet potatoes. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the main two foods that he probably eating. But I just find it funny. Bud's training is in the naked eye. Don't we see Bud training? Whether it's training, shadow boxing or training with the weighted vest on, whether it's working. So we ain't seen shit with Canelo, but taking the picture with a couple sparring partners. So I literally don't understand it. But this whole obsession with Victor Conte is what it got to do with Bud and Devin Haney. How you gonna get mad at Devin Haney because he exposed Ryan Garcia? I'm telling y'all, man. Dudes like Garfield, the coke sniffing cat, bro, he a bitch ass nigga. He is. He know it. He ain't admitted to people, I'll just do this. Like, he a bitch. The rest of these dudes in boxing don't have no journalistic integrity, bro. You notice you had the Mexican channels that call out all the shit they call out all the bad shit that's happening with certain other fighters, but when it comes to their Mexican fighters, they don't say nothing. They don't say absolutely nothing. They quiet. And low key, that's what the LDBC tried to mimic, but niggas can't stick together. They couldn't stay on call for all black fighters. They should have threw a block party when Canelo got popped hot. Them niggas they scared too. Some scared black radical boxing channels. Don't stand for nothing and fall for whatever. Ain't nobody stood on business. Remember Ryota Murata went over to Japan? Every time he fight over in Japan, he looked like Superman. Of course your favorite Jenna Big. He a fucking 160 pounder. What are we talking about? versus a 154 pounder who can't get an opportunity to validate his credibility at 154 pounds. Because pussies like Virgil Ortiz don't want to fight. He didn't want to fight Bud neither. Don't forget that. That's just what it is. You know, throw it on the floor. Some of these niggas got personal trainers that pop top for pads. A lot of these niggas then got pad offender, straight up pad offender, straight up fucking juice man, Jay the juice man, and all that shit. They ain't say nothing about Pacquiao training with Ortiz for all them years, and it was visible proof that he was on the juice, allegedly. Nobody say nothing about David Benavidez, and he won't remember Hernandez. Nobody say nothing about those guys. But they was insinuating that, oh, Errol Spence did this because of this. And this guy did, this black guy did this because of this. And I'm just like, okay. And then whole ass Sean Porter, he did what he did, which was crazy. And that should be more proof to anybody that Sean Porter is on the payroll. How you was part of Snack and you introduce Devin Haney to Victor Conte and you make them, they all paid for, bruh. They're all, and most of the guys you listen to that don't have any objectivity, that's quiet on, they all paid for it, bro. It's only a few channels like myself that can really speak how I speak. Most of these channels is they getting paid off, bro. How can Sean Porter talk about Victor Conte, right? How can Sean Porter talk about Victor Conte and talk about and alluding that he was shady, but you was with him? You can't tell me that he ain't getting paid off. If I'm Bud, bro, like dog, don't call me for no interview no more. We ain't even cool. Sean's a coon. Remember when Ryan Garcia made the comments about when Ryan made them comments about the racist comments, Sean Porter said, "Oh, that don't bother me." Like I told y'all, man, these niggas are sellouts, bro. Y'all notice that all these coon ass podcasts, these black podcasters, only but a handful of them always sitting up there with a Brad or a non-black as they co-host, Shaquille O'Neal, Paul George podcast, LeBron James. It's only a couple black podcasts that's sitting up there with just two blacks. That's the Knucklehead podcast, All the Smoke, The Pivot. It's only a handful of them out the major podcasts. They always sitting up there with this anonymous, non-fucking black, you know, some Brad or some whoever up there. It's like, where did this motherfucker come from? You know what I'm saying? Patrick Beverly's another one. Gills Arenas of All Black Podcast, shout out to them. But it ain't that many, bro. They always sit next to this non-black is always they co-host or some shit like that, bro. Always. These niggas, I'm telling y'all, man, these dudes are sellouts, man. I hate to say it like that, but they sellouts. They sellouts. A lot of these people, they probably was down with the cause and they made it out. And they like, oh, they don't affect me no more. And they get a rude wake-up call. They get a rude wake-up call. Look at Deion Sanders. He did all that cooning. Look how they did his son. They think cooning because, oh, I coon with the folks and I chuck and jive with them folks, that I'm equal to them. Dude, you're not equal to trailer trash. You're not equal to trailer, homeboy. They do know that. They're not even equal to trailer trash. And, you know, I find that funny. Man, get out of my face. Go on somewhere. Bye. Go on somewhere. Get. Yeah, get. Get on my nerves. But they do understand that they ain't even equal to the poorest white man. And that's a fact. They are not even equal to the poorest white man. And they sit here, give me 1 minute. Yeah, and they sit here and they act like they eat, they act like you still ain't no nigga, man. Get out of here. You still is one. Cook today. But it ain't nothing but an attack on Bud. I told y'all that Bud ain't supposed to be here. They were supposed to shut Bud out. You can tell by his personality. He has a lot of qualities that remind me of myself. Ain't gonna take no shit. You know, you ain't gonna tell me what to do, how to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm my own man. And that's America's worst fear. When you a free thinking black man. When you a free thinking black man, that's a fear. That's a real life fear. When you a free thinking brother, they don't like that. They do not like that when you're get. Go in your cage. Come here. Go in your cage. Go. Yeah, when you a free thinking brother, they don't like that shit. They do not like that shit. And Bud a real nigga, man. Bud gonna make decisions that Bud make for that Bud make. Cause Bud wanna do it. And a lot of these content creators, they don't know nothing about that. They don't know nothing about that. They used to dick sucking for a credential. Dick sucking for an interview. You know what I'm saying? That's what they used to. That's why Fred so butthurt about Bud. Cause he couldn't dick suck Bud for an interview. He couldn't dick suck his way in. That's why his little coochie hurts so bad. I'm just keeping it real. But before we continue to talk about guys like Victor Conte and shit, before we talk about guys like Victor Conte, why can't we just have a conversation then about Larry Wade? I know Larry Wade, a brother who trained with Sean Porter, who was known, who got caught for pairs in the Olympics, I believe. Why we don't talk about, and Memo will respond to you, why we don't talk about David Benavidez, working with Memo Hernandez? If we being real, a lot of people in the industry believe David Benavidez is on that shit. A lot of people in the industry, if people being honest, believe Virgil Ortiz on that shit. Tell me when I'm lying, bro. Anybody that got inside information, they know I'm not lying. A lot of people behind the scenes believe exactly what I'm saying. A lot of people believe it. And I'm not saying that it's true or nothing, but that's what a lot of people believe. And if I was truly messy, I can really say something to say allegedly that'll fuck the game up. And I know it's true because I trust the person who told me, but I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna fuck the game up. I know people personally that have seen some of these fighters shoot up. I'll just say it like that. I know personally people that have seen some of these fighters shoot that shit up there and take shots in the stomach and take shots and shit like that. Personally. Remember I told y'all about Tank. I know people in the gym that personally seen that nigga quit. I ain't telling y'all no dreams and no lies. So everything that y'all seeing now, it's always been with a lot of these fighters. Always been. My homeboy was there when Spencer Floyd sparred. That's why niggas don't have sources like me. Bro, I got multiple sources so people see that I'm an honest, solid dude. People see that. I ain't gonna bullshit you, but but for the most part, so be it, right? But Victor Conte laid out, what he do for Bud. Now the whole thing about the supplement thing, supplement recommendation is key because you recommending something means that you actually have some experience with taking it, or you've experimented with it before. And I'm gonna tell you why that's important. It is not because you'll come up positive or nothing. Like, it's important because some of them supplements you can have an allergic reaction to. That's real shit. Some of them supplements will tear you up. But also, it's what you need and what you don't need. So that's a great thing. And I do some Patreon. I gotta catch up. I do some supplement recommendations. And I'll share this on the Patreon pretty soon. I also have a particular app that I just learned about that you can scan the supplements and it tells you how good the supplements are and how clean it is and how effective they are. So yeah. So I think I'm all caught up. Yeah, how clean and how effective those supplements are. So yeah. I'm all caught up. But yeah, it tells you how clean the supplements are and how dirty they are. So, I mean, as far as the nutritional side of it, I mean that's interesting too because you know, um, that's intake is key. I mean, what you put in your body, how many carbs? They believe in taking carbs. Um, how much protein you believe he need to be taking for this particular fight. I mean, obviously, what's the aim as far as moving up and moving down the scales? I'm moving down or whatever. What weight they gonna come at? That's a great question. I mean, that's stuff they all know. What's the best way for me to move up in weight, or what's the best weight? All that's down to a science. They testing the blood. They seeing what you need, how many protein you need, how many carbs you need, the potassium. What can't you intake through dietary needs? What are we gonna supplement? Okay, you can't get to 185 grams of protein a day, whatever you weighing at. Okay, eating that. So guess what? We'll drink, a protein shake, two protein shakes of 80 grams or 20 grams a piece, or yeah, to get us to 40, and we can eat the rest of the 140 as far as intake. I mean, okay, you sweat too much. Okay, we need to put more potassium. We need to put more potassium into your body. So okay, instead of maybe we might put a potassium drink in there instead of drinking water while we work out. Maybe we might go with more of a potassium type drink. You can go to the hospital and they have these potassium drinks, and believe me, potassium that can be linked to like sometimes muscle spasms, cramps. Sometimes it can make you a little bit delusional when you don't have enough potassium. So you start looking at those things of what we gonna supplement, what we need for this fight, and how we gonna do it. So but yeah. So let me hold on, bro, 1 second. But as far as Javante and Keyshawn Davis, yeah, there's been some talks about them, man. And at the end of the day, with both of them, Javante don't want to rematch. He doesn't want to rematch Lamont Roach. Not the competition heating up and he getting exposed. He don't want to compete. So I ain't mad at him. You can't be mad at somebody, and this is who he is. Move. You always in my way. But yeah, you can't be mad at somebody, and this is who Javante Davis is. This is who he is. A lot of y'all didn't see it because y'all didn't want to see it. There's no disrespect to him. I'm just calling it how I see him. He's a guy that he'd rather win another route. He's not a sports guy. He's not a sports guy. So, but nonetheless, he don't want to fight Lamont Roach. Now they're trying to get Lamont Roach to fight Gary Russell Jr. I'm gonna talk about that probably tomorrow. And it don't sound like he want to fight that Gary Russell. You want to fight another Gary Russell. So ultimately, it is what it is. And Keyshawn Davis, with the backhanded compliment, he didn't want to fight Edwin De Los Santos. And that's the God honest truth. He didn't want to fight Edwin De Los Santos. So when him not wanting to fight Edwin De Los Santos, that should tell you everything you need to know. He was 2 pounds away from weight. They hired somebody to come in at top rank to cut the weight. He didn't cut the weight. Don't just think it's top rank shelving. Don't think it's just top rank shelving Keyshawn Davis just because of the fight. No, he cost them millions before he went into the locker room to do what he did to Nair Albright. He missed weight on purpose. They brought somebody in to help him cut weight. Allegedly, he refused to cut the extra 2 pounds, and for the most part, you got what you got from him. You got what you got from him, and that's why they really mad. He cost them millions before the fight, and then also he probably cost their insurance prices to go up too on what he did. So not only did they still have to pay Edwin De Los Santos out of pocket, you know what I'm saying? Then it's probably a little bit more expensive when they go do fights. It's probably a little bit more expensive when they go do fights now. So they allegedly tried to get Keyshawn to cut the extra weight, but he never wanted to fight. He never wanted to fight Edwin De Los Santos because he didn't want to fight a puncher. I'm telling y'all, these dudes not confident, bro. He basically came out, he ducked Raimondo Mortella. Talking about, I don't want to pay another cent. I ain't got time for that. You ain't that famous. You ain't that good to be a businessman. These guys don't want to fight, bro. These dudes come in with a female's mentality, and that's no disrespect to Clarissa Shields. They come in, they just want to get some easy money and go home. They want to work. They want to work in HR and hit some buttons on the typewriter, the computer, and they want to go home, bro. They don't want to put the leg. They don't want to put the leg work in. Let me tell you that right now. These guys don't want to put the leg work in. They don't want to. They don't want to. They don't want to be doing this. The Davis brothers, they do not want to compete. They do not want to compete in boxing. If they can do anything else, if they could have done anything else besides box, they would have. They really would have done anything other than this. But unfortunately, they forced to do this. They don't want to compete, bruh. Think about it. Keyshawn Davis ain't did shit in his career. Keyshawn Davis ain't done nothing in his career. to be picking and choosing who he would in one fight. 1 second. Yeah, he ain't did nothing to be picking and choosing who he want to fight and who he don't want to fight. Let's call it what it is. He ain't done enough to pick and choose who he do and want to fight. So I find it a little wonky. I find it a little wonky that he want to sit here and pick and choose and I'm like, dude, you ain't done nothing yet to pick and choose and tell people who you are and who you not gonna fight. I find that funny. Both Davis brothers, it must be from the slave master Davis plantation that they don't want to fight nobody. If you want to say Tank a Hall of Famer, shout out to you, man. If you believe that, the bar is really, really low. It's really, really low. This dude, everybody know it too. If I feel like if I know certain things like this, Fight Hype know. I know Fight Hype know for a fact. But they got to keep relationships together. Me personally, my mission to y'all brothers is for me to tell the truth. I'm gonna tell y'all what's going on. I don't need no interview with none of them. Dog, these niggas don't want to compete no more. And that ain't just in boxing either. That's not just in boxing no more neither. In general, these people don't want to compete. NBA, they don't want to compete no more. They complain that 82 games too much. Like, how you love a sport? How you love a sport and you talking about it's too much? We was growing up, we could hoop all day until the sun go down, the sun go up. It didn't matter. We just love to play basketball. If you love to fight, you love to fight. You can't wait to fight. Ain't nobody sitting here waiting 18 months to fight. Am I wrong? Who wait 18 months, 12 months to fight if you really love to fight? And you're going to see a lot of these dudes, when they get to the point that Keith Thurman at, you're going to see a lot of these dudes get to the point that Keith Thurman at, and they're going to be old, washed up, and they're going to be calling for the Shakur fight. They're going to be calling for all the fights that y'all wanted to see 5, 6, 7 years, 10 years ago. I guarantee you it. When that bag get funny, as soon as Keith Thurman bitch start eating into his pockets, then you start seeing that nigga start calling people out. Soon as you see Keith Thurman, soon as that woman start eating into all his money, when he was driving the Prius and all that shit, everything was good. Now she went on this fancy shit and she done got Americanized and that money and then she starting to cost. All of a sudden now, Keith Thurman now got to get off his ass and fight because she eating through that savings, she eating through them investments. They got kids too, so you already know she's spending fruitlessly. She wasn't spending that way when he got her ass from overseas. I tell you that right now. I'll give you that right now. She wasn't spending. No, she ain't need no diamond ring, no nothing. This is why when you get your chick from overseas, you don't bring it back. It ain't that, I think it's small-minded. She gonna run off. She gonna run off with another man. Man, these bitches get Americanized and they start spending money like they're American woman, bro. This chick was walking on her bare foot in her country. Now she want red bottoms. What you think? What you mean? What happened to Triple G? That's the number one thing. Your number one danger ain't losing your chick to your neighbor and no shit like that when you bring them over here. Hold on real quick, y'all. Sorry, my bad. I had to hook up my turkey burger. He said Triple G wife was eating through that money. He been wanting to retire. Yep. I know you gotta have an understanding, man. You can't tell the chick no, or you can't, when you can't control the woman. This is where you lose at. You ain't losing. If you can't get a woman to be on a financial plan with you, it's a wrap. You can get a woman, you think about being with her, tell her to let you help her save $1,000 and see if she can save it. See if y'all can save up 2,000, 3,000. If you can get her to save that up and get that to you and save it for her, or show her where to put it at. And that lets you know her loyalty, if you can build with her or not. You know what I'm saying? We all can get, or you can have somebody else put y'all on a financial plan if you ain't savvy enough to put them and have something. If y'all can follow that plan, then yeah. And see, y'all can follow that plan. Nobody talk about that enough in marriage. If y'all can't save the money, you can't stop her from impulsive spending on shit y'all don't need. No. And if you can't do that, then you got a problem. As men, we're minimalists. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're naturally minimalists. But yeah, that's because they don't have no control. No, man, please. If a woman love you, she gonna understand. If she don't, hey man, it is what it is. Go find a motherfucker that's gonna blow all this bread on you. You gonna leave and still fuck with a nigga like me. And they spend money on nothing, bro. Nothing. Nothing about. They buy shit and they never wear it. They never use it. It's a fact. It's a fact. But back to Javante, y'all think he gonna stay retired? No, man, nigga don't have no how to save money or how money work, bro. If they were conscious on how money worked, bro, a lot of them wouldn't have signed with Al Heyman. That's a red flag right there. A lot of them wouldn't have signed with Al. I'm gonna tell you that right now. A lot of them wouldn't have signed with Al if they had any financial literacy. The first thing Errol Spence dad probably made sure he had a good deal. Errol Spence got land, he got cattle. He's not a dummy. I cooked Tim Bradley yesterday, if you missed the video. He paid off. Tim Bradley paid off too. Tim Bradley paid off. Sean Porter paid off. The only one that don't even really kind of sound paid off to me, y'all gonna be shocked when I say this shit, is the boxing voice. At least Ness don't sound. Ness to say some real shit. I just think he pro-Latino. And that's to each his own. He try to hide like he kind of with the niggas a little bit, It's like they said all black people got $1 million in reparations. Dominicans say, oh no, but I'm black, huh, Poppy, I'm black. I know European, Latino, I'm black, Poppy. That's what they would be fucking saying. Mexicans be like, we're black too, I can't. Come on. Them niggas be claiming that everybody be saying I'm black. Becky, I'm 5% black. I sucked up on Tuesday, so I'm 30% black. If they was giving out bread, everybody be black. Everybody be black. Singing, all that I got is you. Next green. He sometimes be speaking some real shit because he held Sean Porter feet to the fire. Sean Porter, man, them type of niggas, man. That type of nigga you can't sell no dope with. You can't do no crime. You can't be in legit business with Sean Porter. You can't be in legit business with Sean Porter. Sean Porter, bruh. Sean Porter telling the whole operation. His social security number 115 when I'm like, he a straight bozo for that shit, bro. Sean Porter is a straight bozo. Bozo the clown. My bad, y'all. But yeah, Sean Porter a straight bozo. When he justified, uh, when he justified Ryan saying that stuff, I was off the bandwagon. But yeah, Keisha Davis. I keep calling this nigga Keisha Davis. Keyshawn Davis and Javante. It's simple as they don't want to fight people, Puerto Rican or Mexican wife, one of them. They don't want to fight nobody. That's just what it boiled down to. And you gotta ask yourself, why are the powers that be fighting so hard to protect the Duckers? One thing I can say about Turkey, he exposing a lot of motherfucking Duckers, bro. When these guys fighting so hard to protect the Duck, and Eddie Hearn and Al Heyman and Bob Arum, especially Bob Arum, have they not figured out that the best thing is just to fight? We just need these guys to fight each other. We just need these guys to fight each other. That's it. We just need, if they fought each other and everybody fought, we would be a-okay. We would be a-okay. Hold on 1 minute. One second. I shouldn't have half-assed put this screen protector on. So I know I'm late to the party. What's going on, Davion? Said Turkey should do a tournament. Them niggas won't be in the tournament. You killed your mic. Didn't the microphone go off? I ain't know these bitches really hooked up to that motherfucker. My bad. Hold on. All right. Oh, it's low. Yeah, it should be back now. I'll put these back in. Oh, that's because it's coming from. I know why I did that. That's because it's coming from there. My bad. It should be good now. Let me know if it's good. Dave will be back. Davis ain't going nowhere. He's just trying to avoid Lamont Roach. He's just trying to avoid Lamont Roach. Everybody know it too. So for the boxing voice, if they don't report it, he says still low. So if the boxing voice don't report it, I don't know what the fuck I just did, but here we go. Oh, you can turn that off. I know you can turn the screen off. The boxing voice don't report it. Um, Fight Hype don't report it. They doing y'all a disservice. Everybody in boxing behind the scenes know that he ducking. Rick Laser know it. Everybody know it. Everybody flat out know it. So for those who report it, they choose to report it, and those who don't choose to report it, they don't choose to report it. They just want to hope that Tank come on their platform. It's like Najee let Tank talk to him any type of way. Like I understand that certain professionals, you gotta be being able to talk to me like I'm no bitch ass nigga, just flat out. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But let me get out of here. I appreciate y'all. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link in the description. Link tree. You can find me X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Peace.